Hello, hello, hello. We are here again. And what a mixed bag that we've got for you tonight. Statsman's got some things he wants to say, about what's happening with people being prescribed. Okay. I need a prescription.
Well, they prescribed painkillers.
Yeah.
mental pills.
Yeah.
Oh, John, I've seen people online saying they've been prescribed. And everyone's like, prescribed with what? I can't believe they've been prescribed. Oh, just sort yourselves out.
It does make me laugh, okay? Because when people get the wrong idea or the wrong impression about what's actually going on. Hello to all the viewers there, and let's get Mark on. Let's get Statsman on, and here he is, the man with the facts and the earphones and the ears.
How are we? Are we all right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're okay.
What's wrong with my ears?
Well, actually,
could be a little smaller, like, couldn't it?
Well, if you're going to talk like that, have a look at this picture, okay, of a certain Labour Secretary of State for Defence, and tell me, once seen cannot be unseen.
Gee whiz,
it's close.
It's not far off, is it?
No, that's John Healy. God. Maybe.
It's uncanny the way you see these people and they look like these characters. We used to have someone come in the pub and he looked like Peter Griffin. And I'm telling you now, mate, they must have based that character off him.
When you see him?
Yeah, it's just like, wow.
It makes me, those things that make me laugh, okay? And, there's not a lot to laugh at the moment, okay? But
I don't know.
Well, there are certain things, but I have to say, the news that came in this morning, about this guy, I mean, a great footballer, okay, this guy.
Oh, yeah, that's proper sad, that, mate.
Oh.
He literally had everything going for him, mate.
Oh,
he's won trophies for his club, his country. He's just had a kid. He's just got married, and then...
Yeah.
Your man, his brother. Bro, it's proper sad,
that, I couldn't get over that. I mean, brothers in life, brothers in death. And I literally, how much, can you take when you see that and you see I don't know whether you've seen it or not, but did you see his Instagram? His last Instagram that he put up of his wedding. Oh, it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. I feel so bad for the family. It's just it's children as well. So. Anyway,
that's now 96.
I know.
Wow.
So I mean, he's 29. He's still got the rest of his life ahead of him.
It's nothing. That is it?
No. Okay.
Well, anyway. His poor wife. Gee whiz.
I know. Well, we send our condolences to the family.
Sure do, mate. Rest in peace, lad. Jeez.
Rest in peace. Indeed. Anyway, here's somebody that should have been dead, okay, but isn't. Okay. Remember we were talking the other night about the guy that got caught after 60 years. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I said I was going to put some pictures up and, get him in there. Here he is. Ryland Headley. Okay. And Louisa Dunn is the lady that he killed. Okay. And if it wasn't for the persistence of some of the detectives in the case that actually re-examined evidence and got a skirt which had the evidence through the new techniques, that they can do with forensics, this guy would never have been caught. Never have been caught, okay? And a quick update on this guy. Remember him?
Absolutely shameful. All he's been doing is feeding the birds.
The bird man of Ellesmere Port.
Yeah, that's the one, okay? Well, I said to you that he was de-arrested when he calmed down later on, okay? Well, actually, he's been rearrested and charged with a public disorder offence.
Yeah, right.
So you really don't know what's going on. Okay?
Yeah, I probably do. They probably thought, right, well, let's go and have a look and see what law we can stick on him, as they do.
Yeah.
Unless there's already one there and they just had to check. But
I couldn't work out, why Okay, if they de-arrested him, why didn't they, have something then? Why did they de-arrest him? But that's
Can we not compromise here and maybe have somewhere where people can go to feed the birds?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of these people have probably got, I don't want to be harsh, but some of them have got issues.
Yeah.
Clearly, some of these people doing this. So maybe they're not quite understanding what's going on, and they're going to continue. So maybe we could find some compromise. You can't be putting these people in jail and stuff.
No.
Finding them in community service, whatever's not going to fix it, is it? So.
The guy is harmless, unless there's something that we don't know. But other people that have been commenting had seen him for quite a while. So, what can I say? What can I say?
I mean, if he just went on a field somewhere and did it, maybe no one would be that bothered,
Well, the other thing is...
Maybe it's where he's doing it, I'm not sure.
Maybe. But the other thing is, you've got to actually, say to yourself, do you remember when Cheshire West and Chester were leaving fields with areas uncut for wildlife? Do you not remember that?
Do you mean remember it? We tried to play footy the other week on a field, mate. We nearly got lost in the grass. Honestly. Small children would have just vanished.
Well...
so we needed walkie-talkies to communicate, mate.
Okay.
No, they did actually cut it the other day, so we were quite happy about that.
All right, fair enough. Well, while everything's been going on, okay, and before
Funny
we get
enough,
on
it
to
was just after I moaned about it.
Strange that, isn't it? Strange coincidence there, Statsman.
Cheshire. Yes, they do.
After what was going on in Parliament the other day, okay, and here's another funny for you. Okay, once seen cannot be unseen. I think this will be introduced as, a feature within the program. Here we go. Are you ready now? Ready for this?
Probably not. No. Wow.
I don't want one. I want that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that was as good as the other one, but...
Oh, it is. Come on, look at the eyes. It's the same look. Come on.
No.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
See that one.
Right, that's it. You deserve a mute. I'm going to mute you. Get lost. Look at his face. I'm all right.
You can talk for Britain.
You can't. Anyway, you can't talk to me like that because I've joined your party.
Oh, you my first member.
I am.
Oh, it's taken off then, isn't it?
It is.
It's only been over one day, and I've got one member, well, including myself too.
The 3-point plan.
Deport.
That's
remove. See, none of this old way. It's the new way. See ya.
Yeah. See ya.
Wouldn't want to be
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Honestly, if anyone wants to comment in the comments or whatever and add some people to the list who are getting on that boat with those
That's
three,
it.
then...
If they've got any suggestions, okay, to go with the new party, it'll become part of the new constitution. Okay.
Like Narinda and Owen Jones.
Oh yeah, we get rid of those.
Be born here. We'll find somewhere to send them. Don't you worry about that.
Oh yeah, we got to do something like. I mean, we haven't got an alligator swamp, have we, anywhere?
No, but we can create one.
Do you think if we asked Trump nicely, he might allow us to send some of our people there? Maybe
we could rent a bit of Guantanamo Bay off them. Just hire a bit, seasonal. Every summer we've got a boatload.
Yeah. We could do that. Okay.
2-tier kid is on his way to you as we speak.
Okay. Well,
I'll leave him for a bit. He's doing a good job.
Okay. Here's something that I thought particularly tickled me. Okay. Benefits Britain after they were all talking about the welfare bill and all the rest of it.
It wasn't Douglas Murray this time, no.
No. Check this out.
So what do you do for work currently?
I'm currently the CEO for the family WhatsApp group chat.
Mr. Abdi, you either start a new job or we remove you from benefits.
They done got my ass, guys. They said I've got to go to some army barrack to enlist tomorrow to be a social media manager because of my WhatsApp skills. I don't know what social media skills they need here, but as long as I get time away from my wife, I don't care. What the fuck?
I need you to sign here, and then we're ready for your first deployment.
Deployment to where?
We're going to be shooting content in Russia.
I don't know where the fuck I'm going, what I'm doing, but at least my fit is hard, don't you think? Okay, buddy.
is some Fortnite shit right here. They got me flying out of planes on day one. I ain't qualified for this shit. I should have read the contract.
Okay, I need you to shoot some content for the army up there. Go make a TikTok video or something and be useful.
Do you think I'm fucking stupid? You guys fucking set me up. They told me it was going to be an office job. These fuckers dropped me in an active war zone. I ain't built for this shit.
Oh, God. Be honest.
If only I.
Oh, my God. I thought it was so funny. And every time I see it, it makes me laugh. You know,
I've just seen that for the first time. There's loads of them, isn't there? They're great, aren't they?
Oh, God, you got to have a laugh. Anyway, okay. Talk about another laugh, right? I think Wales has got a massive problem talking about the immigrants and benefits and all the rest of the
I
stuff.
thought you were talking about those street signs no one can read.
Oh, God. You know, and they 20 mile an hour. Or have they got rid of that yet?
Mate, it's like that round here. Trust me, I know. I know about this 20 mile an hour and I've paid for it. Don't worry.
It must be those failed politicians in Runcorn and Helsby that are now getting their own back now for the people not voting for them. Okay. But look at this. This is the Senate, Welsh Parliament. You ready?
This Senate, through our Nation of Sanctuary programme, has led the world.
Wales aim to be a nation of sanctuary, and our desire to expand the rights of refugees and asylum seekers to access
brilliant.
services.
We've got a few million we can send to you, love. Chop.
Let's just be clear, we are a nation of sanctuary.
Universities of sanctuary within our nation of sanctuary.
To ensure Wales is truly a
the
nation of sanctuary
cities in America
for
and how it
refugees
turned
and
out.
asylum seekers.
We are proud of being a nation of sanctuary.
A declaration of a nation of sanctuary is in itself.
Not one of them lives anywhere near any of these. Do they? I bet there's not one hotel, no HMOs, nothing.
Do you remember when all you heard in Parliament was, we're going to smash the gangs, and nothing happened. Just check out the rest of this. This is just so...
They'll pull this one off though, won't they? We fail on all the things we want them to do, and the other stuff, they're such a success, aren't they? It's like,
should we get in touch with them and just say, listen, we've got quite a few here in Cheshire West and Chester. If you're going to be a sanctuary, let's give it a go. Here we go.
Practice it, and that should be a priority.
That we are proud to be a nation of sanctuary.
On a nation of sanctuary, to reach out, to provide homes.
Supporting as a nation
definitely
of
no memo sent out that week, was there?
No.
Provides a very good framework. And
Wales, the nation of sanctuary.
housing asylum seekers. Now, I'm extremely proud of the fact that Wales is a nation of sanctuary.
We know that it does threaten.
They're just sheep, aren't they? Why do you... Pardon me.
I know. Okay.
Just repeating if you're repeating the same stuff everyone else is, when you think, hang on a minute, I've not got something original to say myself.
I know.
Like maybe, no, we're not having them.
Yes, something like that.
Remove.
Because, they do not realize what they're letting themselves in for. And the Welsh, I cannot understand how they're actually going to stand for that. Because, if you see some of these people, active patriots have been going out and they've been checking on the hotels that they're in. And they're seeing all these so-called asylum seekers sitting down with brand new laptops, playing games, okay? And they're telling people to get out. And in other hotels, they're actually running a fast food, regime there. And they're sending the bikes out. And they've cracked one, and, it's been closed down. I think it was called Big Boys Burgers. What a name. Yeah. Big Boys Burgers,
I don't want one of them.
No.
Do you?
No, well, I can't because I'm not a big boy. I'm only a little boy.
Maybe a big girl, but definitely no big boys.
Height challenged, height challenged. But, and you think to yourself, well, okay, because when are they going to realize they are a drain on the country? And these people are suckering everybody in, saying, yeah, we're going to do more. Okay, well, if that's the case, then, start handing out 3 meals a day to people that can't afford it, that have to go to food banks. Start looking after them.
they're never going to get it, because if they didn't get it the day they had to write letters to them all, tell them not to touch up schoolgirls and harass them, they're never getting it, John, are they? Let's face it.
Well, I'm also seeing some videos of, I think it's a biker gang. I'm not sure. I can't remember the name of the guy, Chris something, and he's got a tattoo on his face, and they've now organized people to patrol neighborhoods, right, to keep people safe. And that's a real indictment of the police, if you think about it. I mean, because if the police can't keep them safe, I mean,
that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's an indictment, a real indictment of the way things are in this country. And let's have a listen to Dominic Cummings, okay, which is a nice segue. And he's talking about two-tier Britain. Now, you've got to listen to what this guy has to say, because he actually sat in, some high-level meetings at the cabinet. Here you go. Have a listen to him.
Whitehall is in. And the reason is because they are terrified of violence popping out. They thought and said last year when the riots started, the whole thing is like that far from being outside of our control. I've watched meetings with the police in Downing Street where they said to the Prime Minister, we can't go and do blah, we can't go and arrest blah, because there'll be a riot and we can't actually do it. So the police are increasingly of the feeling that they can't take what most people regard as sensible action, because they're fearful of what it will provoke. And that, I think, is just a disastrous slippery slope that they've got themselves onto. And you can see that slippery slope in operation, right, with the case a week or so ago, whenever it was, when the Turkish guy is done for blasphemy. Now, you can say that you're pro. Again, my point is not whether you should be for burning the Quran. You can say you're pro or anti blasphemy laws. That's something that should be debated in Parliament by the people that we elect, and then they decide and they vote on it, and that's that. What shouldn't happen is that elements of the system say, we're that far away from riots, so we've got to start using the courts to send signals that people can't do certain things because of fear of offending certain religions. Whatever religion, it doesn't matter if it's the Quran.
Wow. I mean, come on now.
He's just saying what we already knew.
What we already know, okay? I mean, it's wrong, and you can see what they're doing, okay? Which, brings us nicely on, right, to things to do with PAG, the Palestine Action Group, okay? So, I mean, kick us off on this one, Mark, and, update us.
I call them Pallywankers Action, but anyway. I'm going to be honest, John, I've got no sympathy for them whatsoever. Like, think of it this way. Think of it as someone on the right of politics, right, who'd attacked military infrastructure and stuff like that. We'd be in prison for life now.
Oh, yeah.
We're already debanked, deplatformed, shunned from society.
Yeah, absolutely.
These people wouldn't care if we were dead, so I've got no sympathy for them whatsoever.
Well, this is just quickly, just to pause for a second. This was going on in London yesterday about protests against the prescribing of Palestine Action.
From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free!
But it won't be, will it?
No. But what what is it? What is it with these people? Okay. I mean, I put out you like this. There was all the the posts on X, talking about, we stand with Palestine. Okay. So I put on there, stand closer.
A little bit to the left.
That's it,
No, to be honest, John, they've got what they deserve. You're attacking military infrastructure. You can't do that. Now, I know that they're trying to target this Elbit who supply Israel with drone equipment and military equipment, but what they got to realise is they supply our army. They're our defence.
Yeah.
That's our equipment as well. These people have got no brains. If they're that bothered, chop off to Gaza, you go and fight. But they won't, will they? And the ones who do, the Egyptians stop them. But
well, yeah, because, I mean, they don't realise it. I mean, we played something from the other night about the explanation about everything that was going on in the Middle East, and why even the rest of the other countries like Jordan and Lebanon and all the rest of them, they hate the Palestinians. What happened when all those people tried to do that march?
Yeah.
In Egypt. What did Egypt do? They just
wouldn't let him.
Wouldn't let him. They got him. Okay. And what happened? What happened to Greta?
Greta, I don't know if they still got a hostage, have they? And look, Palestine Action can argue all they want that people are misusing these terror laws. Have you got the screenshot from the other day we had up?
Let's have a look. See if
no rush if you haven't. But these were Fabian laws made. The Fabians made these laws, and it includes property damage for political gain. So our laws are spot on with this.
Yeah.
Well, whether you agree with them or not, that's what the law says.
Yeah, I get it.
So get following your Fabian Masters laws. Honestly, the left are a mess. It was Blair who put this law in.
Yeah, I can't quite find that at the moment.
Trying to enforce it, and it's lefties kicking off about it.
I can't quite. I can't find those screens.
No, it's fine. Look, whether you agree with the measures taken by Yvette Cooper or not, she's right for once, and she literally has no choice in this, because if they're going to get charged and prosecuted for terror laws,
yeah,
and I'm afraid the group has to be proscribed. But the funniest bit about this, John, the ones who who voted against it.
Yeah.
Guess what else they also voted against, mate? There was two other groups. Now, no one's making a big fuss of this, and I wonder why. So the first group they were going to say no to for being proscribed are the Maniacs Murder Cult. Now, they're a Russian and Ukrainian satanic neo-Nazi group, right?
Right.
Who've done things like plotted to poison Jewish children in New York and have killed around 50 people.
So
the next one, Russian Imperial Movement, another what they call so-called white supremacist group.
Unbelievable.
And they thought, tell you what, just to keep the pallywankers free and they can go and attack infrastructure, right? We will let the neo-Nazi groups off.
Yeah.
Honest to God, John, these people are a mess.
Just pause for sure. Sam, okay? James O'Brien for sure. Yeah, you're quite right. I only just saw that comment, Sam, but thanks very much for the comment, okay? Well, when you look at what's going on, I mean, is it going to go through? I mean, I know it's gone through the House of Lords unopposed, okay? And, quite simply, what's going to happen now? Is there going to be a legal challenge on Friday or Saturday?
What are we on now? Thursday? Yeah, tomorrow, High Court. And they can delay this pending a review.
Right.
Which, to be honest, I can't see how they'll be able to do that, because the terrorism, the 2000 law is quite clear. Property damage. We put it up on the last podcast, which none of them are talking about. They're all coming on, being interviewed, arguing their case, and all the people interviewing need to do is just show them the law. Whether you agree with the law or not, that's what it says.
The four people that are due to appear in court are Amy Gardner Gibson, 29, of No Fixed Abode; Joni Sink, or Kink, 24, of No Fixed Abode.
Lefties, it'll be Kink.
Okay. Daniel Geronimus, Norrie, double-barreled name, 35 of London, and Louis Chiaramello, 22 of London. So they're the people that are up in court, for that damage. And apparently they caused I get it now, Sam. I just suddenly realized, right, for your party, right, Sam wants to deport James O'Brien.
Consider it done.
It's done.
Next week, he will be added to the list.
He'll be added to the list. Well done.
Need a bigger flyer.
Yeah, I get it.
Jobby. Yeah, Jobby's on there. So
that's the one.
See, with people who are born here, we're going to have to find an island that is our territory, but we can still get rid of them. I'm sure I'll sort it out. Don't worry. If not, we'll invade one. How about that?
Let's build the army up to what it should be. And we get out there and we just say, right, that's it. We're invading. Okay. Don't argue. That's it. Okay. What about taking over Parliament as well? Could we do that?
Saying nothing.
What, in case you get proscribed?
Correct.
Your new party is proscribed.
Within a week.
And Nigel Farage breathes a sigh of relief.
No, I'm coming for him.
So you don't like Nigel, okay? What about this one? Our Lady. Oh, you'll love her. Zara Sultana. Not very sweet. Say.
I oppose the blood-soaked hands of this government trying to silence us. So I say this loudly and proudly on Wednesday, the 2nd of July, 2025. We are all Palestine.
Order!
No, we're not.
I bet you won't be saying it on July the 6th, I don't reckon, after tomorrow. Bet you. I've seen them all online, John, going, I'm willing to go to jail for this, to stop genocide. And I've just been like, I bet you don't. I bet you cry like a baby when you
there'll be no doubt about that. I mean, you know, it's always different when something actually really does happen, you know?
I'd stick them in Belmarsh, and what's the other one?
Okay.
Where are the others?
Sam.
Where's that? They had Rue de Cabana and that in a...
Sam says, there, you know. Wait a minute. Sam says, fabulous. Thanks, gents. So I think you got a vote there, Mark. Go.
Don't worry, Sam. Jobby will be on it next week. Is he at the front or the back? We'll stick him in the middle. We'll put him in front. We'll put him behind Bobby Mullen.
God. So are we saying that, you know, that you think it's going to go through? Do you think it will go through and they will be proscribed?
Yeah, I can't see how the High Court are going to actually argue with the legislation. It does clearly say not just political violence, but, you know, damaging property.
Yeah. Okay, well...
Sorry, but it's not just someone's, you know, wheelie bin they've damaged, is it? It's military infrastructure. And not just bound for Israel.
No,
used
I get
in the
it.
defence of our country.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, but they've overstepped the mark on this one, John. I mean... I'm not being funny. As I said before, if someone on the right did that, they'd be literally Hitler. They'd be in jail for life. But when it's this lot, it's like, oh, we're all Palestine Action until Saturday.
What is it? I just can't work it out. I mean, we're showing people the truth about what's going on in the... We've got to do a program on it, a podcast, and start doing all the things and putting them out and showing them. You know, I mean, like what we did the other night. I mean, for example, with you remember with Humza Useless, who kept on claiming, you know, that the Muslims did this. Oh my God!
Left a few things out, didn't he?
Well, here is something that I picked up. Okay, and catch this. Now, tell me what you think. Okay, clear your mind. Jesus, that was quick, Mark.
Doesn't take long, mate. It's done.
Starting tomorrow, June 20th, no immigrant will be able to send money to their countries of origin. If you do not have legal immigration status, you can't send a single dollar home. This isn't a warning, it's happening. Now the Remittance Control Act kicks in tomorrow morning, blocking all money transfers without valid U.S. documentation. Trump declared during his announcement, illegal immigrants have been draining $150 billion annually from our economy. That ends tomorrow. The numbers are staggering. 42 million immigrants send money overseas, supporting 800 million family members globally. Western Union, MoneyGram, Zelle, all blocked without a real ID or valid social security number. You're cut off completely. Banks must verify legal status before any transfer violators face $10,000 fines per transaction money.
Ooh.
Transfer businesses risk losing
like
their
a good dream,
licenses.
this.
Families in Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador are about to lose their only lifeline. Even supporters are calling this extreme. This isn't just policy, it's personal.
If only.
Right. So can we say that you will introduce that as a policy?
I'll introduce that, yeah. Consider it done.
Well, I've got a funny feeling.
Hang on. No, we're going to do this properly, right?
Yep.
So all the members get a vote. Are you voting for it?
Yeah, they will.
No, there's only me and you, so you vote. You're in. I'm in. Right, it's passed.
That's it. It's done. It's now policy.
Look, we are already more democratic than Reform. We've just voted on our first policy, and it's that one. If only that was real.
I know. I mean, you just have to come clean. That's a fake. Okay, but hey, didn't it sound good?
Yeah, but it's given us some inspiration.
Of course, it has.
Right, well, hang on, let's write that one down. Okay, frozen money.
That's it.
What do they do to freeze it? Just put it in a freezer or something?
I don't know. Well, we do what we do with the Russian money. We just take it and use it.
No, that's the point. What are we going to spend it on when we get it?
I would say, building that alligator swamp.
Yeah, and those AI prisons on islands.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Right, that's sorted then. Then we just throw all of the real wrong'uns on there, ready to be deported until we can invade a new island. And then
Correct. Okay. And I think we would get the thumbs up for everybody. Well, okay. Back by popular demand to end the program.
It's not chicken banana.
No, it's not chicken banana. It's not chicken banana.
You might be lulling me into a false sense of security.
No. It's
right,
definitely not that. It's backed by
I don't know
popular
why, but
demand.
I'll trust you.
Okay.
I trust you. I don't know why.
I mean,
Is it the Maniacs Murder Cult?
No, we got some real, like sort of comments about, some of the other things, the funnies that we had. Like, that's what I call U-turns.
That was good. That was good. I like that.
And I mean, I just, what can I, well, here we go. Let's give it a quick blast for all the people that were on there that didn't see it. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. I can't find, it's in, I can't find it. Now, love it.
Oh.
Don't worry. No, I'll find it again. I've lost the file. Because there's so much, we're so fast moving. Yeah. But okay, we're going to finish the show now. And we're going to say bye-bye. Thank you very much, everybody that's come on, and all the comments that we've had in the background there. Thank you very, very much. And we're going to leave everybody again. Okay.
Do you want a motto then, if you found it?
Remove.
Don't mess with military infrastructure, otherwise. Yeah. Ta-da.
Ta-da. Proper Liverpudlian. Ta-da.
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 Here we are.
You know what? We basically.
Oh, if I'd have known, I'd have got me disco ball out again.
They've been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that? They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what
I really feel like I need my disco ball again, bro.
What the fuck they're doing. You understand that? They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
That is just so good. I love it. Say goodnight, Mark.
Good night, Mark.
Good night, everybody. Take it easy.
Don't forget, don't remove.
Remove, deport.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they